Another Big Ten against Pac-12 matchup. Washington taking on Penn State. Washington really carrying a lot of the Pac-12 pride. They've only won one postseason game up to this point, get a chance to take on the Nittany Lions. You know, the Nittany Lions have never lost in the Fiesta Bowl, but it's their first appearance there in 2 decades. They're just 4 points away from perfection this season. And the Big Ten Pac-12 matchups have had a distinctive Midwestern flavor. All the Big Ten wins so far, and only one of them close, the Arizona-Purdue game. James Franklin might very well have the toughest of the Big 12 matchups as they take on Washington.
Coach, back-to-back bowl games at the New Year's Six level. Assess the state of this program as it stands right now since you arrived in 2014.
I'm pleased with it. I think by most people's standards, you know, that I've heard, you know, we're ahead of schedule. But, you know, we still have a lot of work to do in a lot of different areas. Got great staff, got great players. You know, we've had tremendous support at Penn State from the administration, and we got to keep pushing. But this is what we want to do. We want to consistently be a part of Big Ten championship conversations. We want to consistently be a part of playoff, you know, conversations, and, you know, playing in 2 New Year's Six bowl games 2 years in a row. Being undefeated at home for the first time in 31 years. I think we're making really good progress.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, James, Tom Lugan, Bill, thank you very much. This will be a game full of some serious football when the Huskies and Penn State square off here. Washington is a team that really needs to put an exclamation point on its season against a formidable opponent.
Yeah, and I like the Huskies. When you look at them offensively, defensively, and special teams, they got guys who can do some things. All the talk about Saquon Barkley, but how about Myles Gaskin? He's a phenomenal running back. And they have a punt returner, Dante Pettis, 4 punt returns for touchdowns. He averaged 20 yards per punt return. And defensively, they're #1 in the conference against the run, only allowing 92 yards on the ground per contest. I think the Huskies got a lot to bring to this game. This is going to be a huge matchup. I can't wait for this one, Coach.
The key to this game is Penn State is quarterback Trace McSorley.
Yes, sir.
He can run, he can throw. And I tell you one thing, I'm going to bring up a point that Reese made. They have never lost in the Fiesta Bowl. Never. Penn State. Wow. Advantage Penn State.
Going back old school, huh?
Yeah. Hey, where'd you get that, man?
I do my homework.
When was the last?
Hey, you know,
you read my.
I stole. I was reading
the
the LC briefing. You also know Chris Peterson's never lost in the Fiesta Bowl too.
Is that right?
Oh.
Yeah. I was going to say, when was the last time Penn State played in the Fiesta?
Well, see, you listen closely.
Well,
a couple decades.
You said over 2 decades.
Exactly.
2 decades. I was going back at Joe Paterno era, obviously. Miami, they had
Back when
really
Star
good
Wars
games.
was relevant,
yeah. I think they're going to have a hard time running the ball. Des just talked about the numbers, how Washington's one of the best at top in the nation, defending the run. Saquon Barkley, if you've really watched Penn State, they do a better job of getting him out in space in the passing game than they do with necessarily just running the ball. And I think in this game, if he's going to have a big night, it's going to be where they get him outside and make Washington have to defend him, even in man-to-man or whether it's in zone where you got to get him in space and try to leverage the football. This is against Indiana where he's able to make an incredible catch, and then there it is. I mean, he's making people miss, 2, 3, 4, so many different guys that are trying to make plays on him. That's something that I think you have to be careful of. Deshaun Hamilton, you get one-on-one, you leave him man-to-man. He's the guy who can go downfield. And look at the location of that football. LC just talked about Trace McSorley. His accuracy downfield is incredible on those deep balls. Here's Gesicki, a big target at tight end, catch radius that is very tough to defend. They'll look for him down in the red zone to be able to get matchups that are disadvantaged for Washington's defense. So I think Penn State, I know Washington's kind of like putting it all in for the Pac-12, but I think Penn State with Gesicki and Hamilton on the perimeter and with Trace McSorley and Saquon Barkley, I think Penn State wins it.
And y'all have been talking about the big boys and stopping the run for Washington. That's what you see when you watch these guys. They're so physical, but the team defense is always great. And it seems like Chris Peterson, no matter where he's at, the attention to detail is awesome. But the big boys on the inside with Vita Vea, I mean, it starts with this guy. I mean, you're talking about these are ginormous human beings. These are 330-pound guys that move quick. This is Stanford. This isn't you know the cupcake team. This is a great football team, a big physical offensive line. Wow. Get off me, make a tackle right here. Look at the big boys on the line of scrimmage owning it. Another guy that you don't hear a lot about, who is an awesome run stopper. Great gains. Watch this. Watch him lock out the left guard. get off me. Throws him on the ground, makes a big play.
And that's Stanford O-line.
That's a big physical offensive line. And then I think the team aspect of this is the discipline and the swarm of these guys. They'll get penetration and make the ball bow outside really quickly. But watch everybody pursue, understanding I got a corner outside, I got a safety inside. Look at them understanding that over and over again. Life will be very difficult for Saquon Barkley, and that's why I think Washington will win. I think they're complete. I think they can do it on both sides of the ball consistently.
They better leverage the football just like that. That was a great film of what they have to do against Barkley. And
I took it from Coach's
his
notes.
quickness.
Just like Reese.
Everyone's taking Coach's notes.
Well, we all just try to learn from the master.
There you go, exactly.
Barry, you've had some chances to listen to us. You still on this here?
Of course, and you're going to learn some more from the master right now because I think you say
when is Lee going to talk?
very good. Kirk, it wasn't the Miami '86 Fiesta Bowl, '87 Fiesta Bowl last time. Remember they played Texas in the Fiesta Bowl after James Brown and Texas pulled the upset.
Oh yeah.
In the Big 12 title game, 97 Fiesta Bowl they beat.
Okay.
They beat it. You worried at all about Joe Moorhead not being there for Penn State today, offensive coordinator? Bit of a problem, do you think?
Could be. That's a fair question.
Yeah.
We talked. David brought up how there's been some of these coaches that have been, let go, and other coaches have left to get better jobs, and it's affected the outcome of the game. Am I the only one that thinks Penn State's going to win? You got Washington?
I got
you got Penn State?
I got Missouri.
You got McSorley?
Oh, Dez is going through. Oh, Dez forgot who he picked. Hold on, Dez, get the notes out.
I'm reserving it to the end of the show.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's do the picks.
Penn State's really happy with the guy they've hired. Ricky Rain, I believe, is a new offensive coordinator. Penn State to get his chance.
That's like a vacuum cleaner for grass.
It's not mowing. It's a
That's a vacuum cleaner for grass. That's what it is.
They'll kill you.